Today we're going to be talking about the top 7 trading books I think you should be reading for 2021. There's so much information out there, so much you need to learn, and I'm a big fan of books. I'm a big reader, and these are the top books I think you should be reading this year. Hey everyone, lead trader with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen here. Be sure to like, subscribe, share these videos with your friends, and ring that bell if you're on YouTube. The cool thing about setting up the notifications is the last 9 months I've been live every single trading day. I'm recording in December. Maybe it'll be a year. Maybe it'll be 2 years by the time you watch this video. But anyway, every morning, 8:30 Eastern, I'm doing the pre-market prep. It's live. I'm in the chats, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and even Twitch, answering questions from you, real time, breaking down trade plans. This morning, we were all over NXTD on this week open break of the high a day. You can see once this thing broke 140, went to 2+, pulled back to VWAP, consolidating right now, and we may get a new high, which that funny thing is, those are 3 of the patterns that we talk about every day in the pre-market prep. Now, if you want to get even more in-depth on these patterns, techniques, fundamentals, technicals, chart patterns, SEC filings, all of that, check out the Steady Trade team twice a day. Every single day I'm live breaking down these topics in the small Steady Trade team. It's a small group. Work closely with them. I think it's the best way to really break down trading. All right, that being said, let's get started. First book, I want to start with an unconventional pick, and it is The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. Not a trading book, though. If you're familiar with The Fountainhead, and if you're not, you better be reading this. Yes, it's 800 pages. Don't be a wimp. Read it. Howard Roark, our lead protagonist, is an architect, but man, if you're a day trader, if you're a short-term trader, when you're reading this, think of Howard as a trader, as a Paul Tudor Jones maybe. And it's wild how, the free thinking, the independent, make it you're on your own, grind, work, and not be subjected to the whims of others. There are so many trading lessons in this book, and I think it's a classic. I know Ayn Rand can be a little controversial at times, but Atlas Shrugged is amazing, but Fountainhead has always been my favorite. And read it, and like I said, think every time they say Howard Roark architect, think Howard Roark day trader, and I think it'll impact your trading. Next is the book that really got me started. If you know my bio, I had a lifelong interest in finance, kind of dabbled with day trading, very, very limited during the dot-com boom because everyone was talking about it, back in 99, 2000. But I was growing a business. We were a startup back then. And when I say dabble, I mean I made maybe half a dozen trades, maybe over like a couple years, okay? So not what you would call an active day trader. Then, I built the business, got more and more interested in finance, got more and more time, and started reading books about trading. I like that coffee stain, by the way. Started reading more and more about trading, and one day Amazon recommended this book to me when it came out, and it's American Hedgefund by Tim Sykes. It's, listen, it's old. It's a 12-year-old book, but this is what got me started. This is what really opened up the possibilities and the skies to what trading could be. I mean, there's stuff in here. It's kind of common knowledge now. I mean, the world's a lot different place in 2020 when you've got every kid with a smartphone trading Robinhood, okay? Things were different in 2007, and this book was a huge eye-opener. And, oh, look at that! I even got an autographed copy. I didn't realize my coffee-stained copy was autographed by Mr. Sykes himself. So Sykes is a friend, he's a business associate, and he really got me started in short-term trading. And I tell you, this book, it really talks about the possibilities and the story. I mean, Tim's got an incredible story. I can't recommend this one enough. Next one is, again, possibly what you would consider maybe an unconventional choice for all of us quote unquote degenerate day traders out there. I mean, listen, I know you're going to say, hey, in day trading, short-term trading, we're trading charts, we're trading momentum. We're not that considered with, or concerned with, the fundamentals, the how and the why, the price to earnings ratio, the earnings per share, whether or not the profitability of the company, what the management team is, all of these kind of bigger picture ideas. And you're right. Listen, if you're trading a sketchy low price stock like NXTD, you're not interviewing the management team, you're not, visiting their office, you're not looking at 6 years of financial records, but I think you should have a basic working knowledge of the fundamentals of what stocks are. And you may chuckle at this, but I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the number of people that are like, they're actively trading. They're actively trading, and they don't even know what a stock is, what it represents, and why they move, etc. And again, you might be laughing at that and be like, oh, but you'd be surprised. I talk to a lot of newer traders. These people are actively trading every day, and they don't understand how the sausage gets made. And in my opinion, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham is the Bible. I joke a lot when like if I say hand on the Bible, if I got The Intelligent Investor nearby, I grab this. And again, in my opinion, whether or not you trade the earnings per share or earnings, price to earnings, earnings per share, any of these fundamental aspects, you should know how the sausage gets made. So, Intelligent Investor. Next one is, again, a little unconventional, kind of alternating back and forth. Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink. Okay, and this is the field manual by Jocko, and it's funny, on the back cover is, I think, very applicable to trading. Obviously, Jocko, ex-Navy SEAL, currently has an amazing podcast. Check out the Jocko podcast, and just an amazing, hard-working guy, very inspirational. I look up to Jocko immensely. There is no shortcut. There is no hack. There's only one way, so get after it, which in classic Jocko fashion. But ultimately, I mean, listen, so much in trading is that man or that woman in the mirror, okay? When you're staring at a losing stock and you're starting to rationalize and you're letting your stop slip, or you're down on a position and you're adding to a loser when you know you're not supposed to make these decisions, or you're buying some sketchy OTC stock up on no news, and you're like, this never works, but you do it anyway. That's you making those decisions, okay? That's discipline. And this book is so much about building discipline and optimizing yourself, okay? Don't discount how much the mind and the body connection is in there. I mean, a lot of exercise stuff in here, nutrition in here, and this, again, I think this is something I get pushback on a lot. People are like, oh, trading, you don't need to worry about your nutrition or your fitness or any of that. Man, discipline, it's all piece of the pie. And if even so, say, and this is what I'll get the pushback on, oh, I ate donuts and slept in and drank last night and I still made money. My point is, if you clean that stuff up, optimized yourself, what could you make? So maybe you made $1,000 today, eating donuts, staying up all night, drinking on an hour of sleep. Could you maybe make 5 or 10 if you were optimizing yourself? Check out Discipline Equals Freedom. Next trading book is The Complete Penny Stock Course by my friend Jamil. Jamil works with me at StocksToTrade. He was very active in the development of the software. And the cool thing about this, going back to Tim Sykes, is basically Jamil took thousands of webinars and thousands of blog posts and DVDs and all these training materials, studied them, and then distilled it down into a book form. And obviously I'm a little biased because I've got a blurb on the back cover. So, but seriously, if you read the back cover, I say I've literally read hundreds of trading books, but never have came across a more complete or better organized manual on how to get started trading low-priced penny stocks. I continue on from there, but that's the truth. That first sentence is the truth. You see there's thousands and thousands of books on trading. I don't know how many there are specifically geared towards penny stocks. And this is one of the few, and out of the few, I think it's the best. Next is a book that, funny enough, I don't know if I've ever referenced this book. And as I'm going through it, I mean, I'm just and I don't know if you can see that. I'm just randomly flipping, but like every time I randomly flip, I've got something highlighted, whether it be underlined or highlighted. I mean, anyway, the book is Come Into My Trading Room by Dr. Alexander Elder. Read this a decade ago, I believe. Wow, came out in 2002. I believe I bought it a decade ago. And great book. Really look up to Dr. Alexander Elder. He may have passed away. If you're out there watching Mr. Elder, I hate to say that if you haven't, but awesome book. And to me, the ultimate endorsement is when you flip it open. I read it 10 years ago, and I don't know if I've kind of maybe perused it since then, but I got it out for this video, and I'm like, wow, guess I really like this book. So Come Into My Trading Room by Dr. Alexander Elder. And the last, number 7 book that you have. I mean, I kind of bookended. Oh, see what I did there? I bookended the video with, I think, the 2 most important. And as much as I love the other 5, Daily Trading Coach by Dr. Brett Steenbarger, I always say is the one. I mean, it's like in the Lord of the Rings, the one ring. This is the one. If you could only own one, this is it. I mean, what I love about it is, again, first off, Dr. Steenbarger is an awesome guy. I've met him. Incredible trading psychologist. Fun guy. I mean, great author. I mean, you read this, but one of the things I love about it is I get it. I mean, a lot of people, maybe you don't have the time or the interest to read an 800-page book like Fountainhead. What's awesome about Daily Trading Coach is it's 101 lessons, and it's 101 chapters, and like every chapter is maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So I always think of this, if you're not a reader, you can still read a 5-minute chapter a day or a 10-minute chapter. I mean, come on, okay? I get it. Maybe you don't love reading like I do, but if you want to be successful in trading, you should be able to spend 10 minutes on something. And I think of this book a lot as like a daily devotional. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like a daily devotional, but it's that little book where you read like one inspirational quote for the day or one good story to kind of start your day off. And if I was ever to offer a suggestion to Dr. Brett, which I would never do because he's way smarter than I am, but an alternate title would be the Daily Trading Devotional, versus Coach. Because I think when this first came out, was it 7-8 years ago? I think back when it first came out, I went through it 3 times. 2009, so geez, a decade already. I went through it like 3 times in a year. Basically, I went through 303 of these just by reading one each day for a year, basically. And it's a must-have. It's a must-have in my opinion. So, all right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really passionate about this stuff. I love trading. That's why, it was hard. I don't even know how many trading books I have. And I actually purge once a year. Once a year, I take all the books that I don't read and I donate them to the library or Goodwill actually it's kind of neat in my town. They put in a bunch of those little libraries. So now I go around and put a couple in each. There's like 6 of the little libraries that I put them in there. But I've got so many of these trading books, even after purging once a year. And I really, really, really think if you buy these 7 books, you will be a better trader. Now, will it turn you into Paul Tudor Jones? I don't know about that, but one of my mantras is just trying to get 1% better a day, and I think these books, reading these over the next year, will get you that 1% better a day. That being said, if you love this stuff as much as I do, and you want to get into it, get after it, as Jocko Willink says, check out the Steady Trade team, and I look forward to working with you soon.